Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you've all had a lovely Easter. I thought I'd switch on my camera today and film me just having a bit of a play. I really felt like I just needed to get back into my art room and really just have a real intuitive play, really sort of letting loose and playing with what I had in front of me and not worrying about any kind of plan or end result. So that's why I decided to work on these two pieces of just cardboard packaging. And then there's no real pressure. I can just kind of let loose on it really. So I'm just starting with a bit of gesso. I've had an absolutely lovely couple of weeks. It's been the Easter holidays. The kids have been off. We've been doing loads of fun things. We went away for a few days to York, which is just one of my favourite cities. I love York. Ate far too much, definitely far too much chocolate, but generally we've had a really, really lovely break. And today happens to be my wedding anniversary, so this morning we went out to an escape room, a Sherlock Holmes themed escape room. Just the four of us, and it was just so much fun. We had a really great time, and we managed to get out of the room with a minute and a half to spare. I've just done some scribbles, as you can see, into the wet gesso, thrown on some that's golden high flow acrylics in Nicaraguan gold, I believe. And I'm really just getting stuck in with my fingers, moving things around, scratching into it. Working very, very intuitively, doing what feels good. This is the magenta, just adding that in to add some colour. I'd already, before I started here, picked out a few images and scraps of collage, and pulled out a few mediums that I felt like playing with. But this just felt really good to just I keep saying the word play, but it just felt really good to be in my art room and to be experimenting and not worrying and just chilling out really and getting into the zone. Grabbing my matte medium to add a bit of collage. While I'm working away in the background here, you might have seen over on my Instagram channel my little birthday giveaway. It's my birthday this month, and I decided to just do a free little class for everyone as a little birthday treat. And it's to make little accordion journals. Some of it in a very intuitive fashion like this actually, but it's a little mini class. And if you're interested, all you need to do is subscribe to my newsletter, and I'll be sending out a link to the class at the end of the month. And I'll pop that in the description down below. Also this month I am starting up my virtual art journaling course, which is a 5-week course on Zoom. Each session's an hour and a half. I keep them very small, and each week we create and chat together, and we use different mediums, different techniques, different prompts each week. So every time I run that, it's different every time. I try to keep them very much like a face-to-face, so they're not recorded, but you do receive a PDF instructions for each week, so you can repeat any of the techniques that you want to. And I'll put the details for that down below as well if you fancy joining me. This is a piece of bubble wrap that my husband saved for me. I've got him well trained now that if he sees something like that, he puts it to one side thinking, I will use it in some way, which I did. I thought it would be really cool for printing. It didn't come out perfectly, but I think that's because this cardboard's rather uneven, but I still liked it. And I'm just adding some marks with this old sellotape roll as well. I thought working on two at once felt good. I can chop and change things around as I move from one to the next. And actually quite like the fact that you use the same things but they turn out very differently. Adding some more gesso. I hadn't dried the blue, so it was turning a little blue. Getting my fingers in there, getting stuck in. I've dried that and come back and I've grabbed my oil pastels just to add some sort of brighter, bolder colours over the top. I went for sort of pinks and yellows and a little bit of blue, I think. These are Pexel brand oil pastels. I really like these. They're very smooth and they go on really nicely. I'm really liking how these are turning out so far. Do you guys ever get the urge for just coming in and just creating for the sake of creating, just feel like you need to sort of get it out your system? That's very much how I was feeling with these. Here's some of my favourite pink ink by De Leone. And then I just grabbed some of this instant coffee as well. And started sort of creating some splats, as you'll see. Splashing it into the ink and making it move about. And I give a little bit more gesso to brighten some spots up. In my usual fashion, going through loads of gesso. Just had to buy a new tub because I just do go through tubs and tubs of the stuff. I'm going to give that a good dry. Alright, now I'm back. They're dry. I'm going to slap some images down now. These are just some faces I pulled out of a yearbook. Just seeing where I want them. I end up actually switching them around. I liked her in that corner because she's kind of looking up in that direction. Using a bit of my Fabri-Tac glue to get these stuck down. And I'd also pulled out a few words before I started as well, just out of an old book, which I'm going to add in a moment. So this one here says, knew she would have to be. And then the words I picked out for this one was, Sarah loved the drama of it all. I quite like that. Goes with the kind of dramatic background that she's got behind her. There we go. Now I'm grabbing some washi tape I believe. Washi tape's one of those things that I have lots of, but I tend to hoard and I don't use very often, and I really ought to use more often. So just add in a bit here and there. I really like this one with the black and white. I think that was a really nice contrast against the colourful background. Next I'm grabbing some fabricy scraps. Had some just laying on my desk, had some in this little tub. And I've also, as you can see, got my stapler out. I could have done these on the sewing machine. In fact, I thought that would be a really nice little touch, adding the stitches in, but I don't know, I just wanted this to be quick and easy, so I didn't end up getting it out. I like adding the fabric that's kind of sort of sticking out from the sides, adding extra texture. Like little tabs. Nearly there. I think all I did now was I grabbed my Stabilo awl and just make a few additional marks. I like that kind of circle that was already there, so I'm just kind of emphasizing that with the Stabilo awl there. And then I kind of thought, do I want a circle on this one? Decided, no, I'm just going to go for a sort of scribbly mark coming from one side to the other. I actually dipped the Stabilo awl in water before I used it. And that is those little pieces done. I had so much fun making these. I really hope you enjoyed watching along. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to have to go and wash all the paint off because I'm off for a meal with my husband now for our anniversary. So take care everyone, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.